What is poppin', everyone?
What's poppin'?
How you niggas doing?
Niggas is feeling healthy. Niggas feeling great, you know. I'm just in a great state of mind. So you know what? Niggas is feeling healthy.
I'm feeling good. I had a good day. I woke up, went to the gym. I feel like I'm the happiest when I am productive.
In the daytime?
In daytime. And when I'm not doing that, I'm just like slouchy and like grunchy and just so yeah, I'm in a great mood. I'm happy. Today was a good day and I'm here doing what I love to do with the person I love to do it with. So let's get this on and poppin'.
Okay.
All right. Well, I feel like first we have to start this off with this big motherfucking announcement, because why do we have these shirts on?
Why
do we look like we about to get in a street fight?
And mine.
So, you're really channeling your inner JT right now. Okay, bitch. So we've been kind of like putting it out there that we wanted to do merch, that we're dropping merch, and the merch is about to be out there, and we have on the merch right now.
So go ahead and show them what you got on.
So
at 5'8". Is it 5'5"?
I'm 5'6".
Oh, at 5'6".
Damn.
In the left corner.
Clearly.
5'8" is not even average for a man. 5'10" is average for a man.
Okay.
So standing at 5'6", wearing our men's shirt, it is Samantha at Thug Sammy. Turn around and show them what they're working with. On the back it says, ho to house husband. Look at me fucking that shit up. But guess what? Y'all get the gist.
All right. And at 5'2", we got Ami, aka JT, at the ambitious _Teray, rocking our bigger, better, badder bitch shirt for the. Why am I saying it like this? Let's stop this nonsense. For guys, it has the same kind of concept. At the roast, with the collar for the women.
Yeah.
And on the back, it's gonna say bigger, better, badder bitch, which is pretty much our motto.
Yeah. Honestly.
So, cop it. We're gonna be dropping more details soon. We just wanted to let y'all know what it looked like. So
yeah,
we're
just do like samples. These are not even the real ones yet, so bear with us. We're still trying to like figure out the sizing of fonts and everything, but for the most part, we like how it looks.
I like how these look,
and I definitely want to give a beautiful shout out to Anna, because you have been our saving grace, our anchor. You have been everything that we needed you to be, and more. So if we have not told you today or yesterday or the day after that we appreciate you, you are always fucking appreciated here at the Real Sippin' Spill.
Ow. All right. So if you haven't already, check out our YouTube. Patreon. But
Patreon will get together when we get our lives together.
When we figure out how to get our lives together. Our sip and review, when you send us shit and we review it. Our TikToks, our Reels, our Twitter, our Facebook. Like, just fuck with your girls. Follow us at the Real Sippin' Spill. Everything's up Twitter, Sippin' Spill 1.
And leave us a 5-star rating, because
we some 5-star bitches. And the girls are back at it again with another messy ass episode of Sippin' Spill. We create conversations. Oh wow.
Sippin' wine.
I go by the name of motherfucking Sammy.
And I'm ambitious. Bigger, better, badder, bitch Teray.
All right.
I just thought, with the sake of it, but we'll do that.
Might as well do it.
So do you want to get into Would You Rathers?
Yes.
Okay. So, would you rather fight 100 ant-sized bulls or one bull-sized ant?
Wait, what? I'm sorry. Say that one more time.
Okay, so would you rather fight a bull-sized ant, so you know how big a bull is, or would you fight 1,000 ant-sized bulls?
One bull-sized ant.
Ants literally give me so much anxiety. After watching Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Definitely. Because can you imagine 1,000 ant-sized bulls just attacking you at the same time?
But realize how we just be like on ants,
Yeah, but 1,000, maybe. I don't know. That's a hard one. I guess
that is a hard one.
And I'm reading this, realizing I didn't even write my Would You Rather on here. Because we rewrite it on here, and I just like, what? That's why the first time I didn't even realize what you said, because I'm like, where is my Would You Rather? So I guess I'm going to make one on the spot. Okay, no one me is about to be nasty. So, sis, would you rather go to Hawaii and have 7 Hawaiian men run a train on you?
Okay.
Or have sex with R. Kelly?
I fucking hate you. I mean, R. Kelly wouldn't be the first nigga I fucked with that was in jail.
You're gonna fuck R. Kelly?
I mean,
Hawaiian men are fine.
But it's 7 of them. You said a train, bitch. You didn't even give me the opportunity to say one every day of the week. You said a train, so that means consecutively.
But you get to fly to Hawaii and fuck 7 real Hawaiian men.
Are you going to fuck 7 Hawaiian men over R. Kelly?
This was not my question.
So let's get into some wine facts so we can get into some motherfucking tea time. So I ain't write the facts down even though I had this last week, so we ain't gonna talk about that. So today we are drinking Carmen. Carmen is a Cabernet, and this is a 2018. So they said our Cabernet is an intense ruby red color, which was aged for 12 months in French oak barrels. Okay. It shows aromas of fresh red fruits and a slight note of mint and grapevine. I don't know what it means.
Girl, let's just start drinking.
We just gonna start drinking.
Yeah, because that sounds a lot.
But
French wooden barrel. It says the wooden French barrel. Like,
I mean, it was giving what it needed to give. Because guess what? I was on top of the shit.
Is it gonna turn me into Carmen Electra?
I hope so. I like the color already.
I'm scared of.
It looks like it's gonna be really dry though.
It smells dry.
It smells dry?
Yes. And it's really warm, girl. Where did you keep this?
In my vagina. Cheers to another messy ass episode of Sip and Spill. Ow.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's choking dry.
Wow. Yeah, but don't help.
Cab is a sassy bitch. Why is she trying to kill me?
Bitch, because she don't give a fuck about nobody taking no motherfucking prisoners.
Okay,
bitch.
I do not like this one at all. How much? What was the alcohol content?
I don't even know. I think it's probably like 14. It has to be 14.6 for how it tastes.
It is 14. Yeah. I'm not gonna like you, so I'm gonna just chill today.
You're not gonna just chill today.
I'm doing 1 glass, honey. We're not finishing this bottle. You can finish this bottle.
I am not finishing this bottle. So get into some motherfucking tea time. Tea time. So I don't know if y'all were on the internet this week, last week. I don't know what week it was, but I know we saw it on the Shade Room where Will Smith was pretty much saying that marriage can't be like a prison. And I feel like I resonate with that. Even though I'm not someone who's married, I do understand people that are married sometimes feel like the obligation of having to always worry about someone that is not your child. It's kind of sort of like...
That's why you see marriage as an obligation to always worry about someone that's not your child?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, that doesn't sound very positive, but I mean, marriages can be a beautiful thing. Don't let that go over y'all's head. But I'm just saying, I mean, if we get a blueprint of what to do in a marriage and how to make it work, or have a life partnership, I think we get a good view of that from Will and Jada, because they are people that have been through very realistic situations and are very honest about it, and they don't try to sugarcoat it, because that's going to lead into what I want to talk to after this like Will Smith thing. So do you have any...
my whole thing about it is I feel like people's relationship is their relationship, and whatever works in your marriage or relationship or your partnership, whatever you choose to call it, is what works in yours. And I feel like they've been very open that they've had sex with other people.
Yeah.
And it wasn't, and he even said like the internet makes it seem like something that it's not. Like, you know, that scene wherever he like really, his eyes are really red, and it was a meme like, oh my God, look how tired Jada's making him. And he was like, that's not even what happened. What happened is like he had like a 6 o'clock flight or something. Like he was extremely tired for a reason. And he was like, and I want to make it very clear that me and Jada Jada wasn't the only person that had sex outside of our marriage.
Yeah.
So it was like the whole internet attacked her and did this, and like I did the exact same thing.
Yeah,
and he made it clear because it was I think a GQ magazine. I forgot what magazine article that he was on that talked about it. But yeah, so I just love that they're so open and honest about their relationship.
The thing is, you don't have to do that. You don't have to let us in. You can literally let us think whatever the fuck we want to. So I feel
like they were very quiet for a while because there was always rumors that they were fucking other people, but we never really knew about it until until August kind of like
it was really August that literally blew the fucking he really did,
because he fucked up and fell in love.
But okay, so I also saw an interview with Gabrielle Union. I don't remember who she had it with. But she literally was dead ass saying, she was like, if she could see her life and how it was going to end up now with D Wade after him cheating on her, having a baby on her, she said she wouldn't stay with him.
Yeah.
So I feel like that ties into, you know, like people being transparent about how sometimes marriage is not as beautiful. Granted, relationships aren't even that fucking good either.
Sometimes.
No, honestly, not everything is roses, what everyone tries to portray. So I feel like it is very healthy to have conversations where, you know, sometimes maybe monogamy is not for you. Maybe an open relationship is something that you guys want. Maybe y'all are into polygamy. Whatever it is, that's like you said, whatever works for your relationship works for your relationship. But it's the honesty that I love behind it.
And I felt what she said was super powerful because it's like a lot of times women do stay, and it's like if she was the woman she is now, she's saying do not stay. So that's just your message. True. Women, do not stay when your partner cheats on you.
Yeah, like, I'm saying you don't have to. You're not obligated. Like Gabrielle Union is that bitch, and she could have probably had the same life with someone else, but because she stayed and she loved him, love is the reason why she stayed. So love is a great deciding factor. But like she said, the woman that she is today, she wouldn't have stayed with him. And you a bigger, better, badder bitch about it. Okay. So next we're going to talk about the missing white girl syndrome. Who was it? Was it Gabby? What was her name?
Petito.
Yeah, I don't remember her name specifically because I remember I'm thinking about Maya that just happened. So I'm over here.
And Gianni. So I'm a crime junkie. So there's this thing called missing white girl syndrome where pretty much when a white woman goes missing, it's just, especially a blonde, blue-eyed white woman goes missing. Like the whole world just like wants to do everything they try to do.
The whole world stops
to go find her. And I feel like that is good. That's supposed to happen when someone goes missing. I want that to happen when every person go missing. That's what's supposed to happen when someone goes missing. So it's just really unfair. I want her family to get the coverage they're getting because they deserve it, but I just wish other families got the same coverage because it was the same week, not the same week, the same month actually. Gianni, he went missing. He was gone for like 20 plus days and they never found him. They ended up finding his body September 4th, and it took 3 weeks for his family to even know they found his body.
When my friend went missing, like a year ago, it took them, I want to say, she went missing, I want to say September, October. They did not find her probably until February, March.
Yeah. So it's like, whatever, but they found Gabby within 48 hours.
Yeah, I was going to say, they found her. It was...
Yeah, all hands on deck trying to find this white woman. So, and it's not, and I don't mean it as a bad thing. I feel like it should be a good thing. All hands on deck should be to find someone that's missing because that's someone. But it's just clearly not the same for every person of color and every other human being.
Did you see that news anchor that got fired because he said something about missing white woman syndrome?
I didn't know he got fired.
He got fired. I sent it to you on Instagram. I don't have my phone on me. But yeah, it was like pretty much an anchor saying that, you know, white people get found a lot faster.
Right. And the crazy thing about it happened in Wyoming. And Wyoming has a big Native American population. And I don't know if you know, but Native American people they go missing and they're targeted and killed at a much higher rate than anyone in this country. So, but thousands of Native women go missing and they never get any of these coverage. They sometimes don't even get a news article. And the same city that this woman, she's not even from. She's from Florida, but she just happened to get missing here. All coverage about her, but people who are actually live in those countries in that city
don't even get the same.
Don't even get the same thing. So yeah, I guess. It's just it's just
funny. America do better.
It's just real funny to me how people try to deny it so much when it's so clear in our face that what's happening. That it's because she is a white woman is why she's getting this coverage.
I feel that. Okay. So can we talk about the fact how Ari bought Moneybag Yo some fucking
land? Call her Ari Bags. Okay. Ari Bags. She's Ari Bag Yo.
Because I feel like so many times, you know, we have this idea that baby mamas are just baby mamas. Do we not?
I mean, no. Baby mamas, you mean rapper baby mamas are just
You know what the fuck I meant, bitch?
Okay. Yeah, some of them.
Because you remember we were having an episode about Ari, like what, a few weeks, like maybe a month, no, maybe a season or two ago.
A season ago. We haven't talked about Ari in a long time.
Has it been that long?
It's been a while.
Okay, but either way, we were like, what does she do? Why does she get so much coverage? Like, we were like dry hating on this bitch, not even knowing her. We're like, all she is a baby mother.
Yeah.
And now this bitch is bagged up with bags. Yeah. And she buying fucking land.
She bought him a gift with all the money he gave her over time.
I mean, that's smart bitch. But that's still good though. Like, because I mean, that means you used his money to still buy him shit. Yeah. That didn't come out your pocket. So, I mean, I don't know. Would you buy a nigga some land?
I feel like I definitely would buy my husband some land. If I'm like,
she's talking about my husband some land.
I'll make it clear. I mean, I feel like gifts are whatever you want to gift your partner is what you want. If you feel like your partner deserves that, what he's getting, that's what, or she's getting, then give him that. But I don't see myself buying someone that's not my husband 28 acres of land.
That's how much she bought him?
She bought him 28.8 acres.
Is that a lot?
Yes, bitch. That's a lot.
Oh,
she bought him some property.
Maybe they're gonna build a house on that though.
Maybe their house or a business. That's how big it is.
Oh, really?
Yes,
damn,
girl.
so
it's not that. So, anyways, but that's something I don't see myself giving a boyfriend that. But honestly, we don't know what Moneybag does for Ari. You know,
he's pulling it up for me so I can see how much the acres are.
Oh, okay. I'm like,
saying, continue, because you know I'm trying to figure out. I gotta see.
Yeah, look how big it is.
Wow.
Yeah,
all
that's 28 acres.
Ari.
Yeah.
Ari.
Yeah.
He giving you the dick. I want to take sex out of the equation because he probably is giving her so much more.
You don't know what else because she was like, he provides, he takes care, he loves me.
So I'm gonna say he probably giving her way more. We always resort to like he got to be dicking you down for you to be doing some shit in that wild.
But I think it's such a bad bitch thing for her to do is to buy her man 20.8 acres of land. 20. But yeah, I would definitely buy my husband something like that. Not my boyfriend though. But that's her business if she want to do that. What about you?
I definitely appreciate it. Me, I think I would not do that.
At all?
I don't know. I guess it's because I wouldn't want someone to buy that much land for me, but then what would I do with all that land? I don't know. I think
build
it's
rental properties.
I know.
Make millions of dollars.
I know. But I'm over here thinking like, what about it? Just like investing that into a business or something, you know? Maybe I'm just thinking about it in a different scope of it like that.
I feel like that is a business. Investing into properties, investing into a business.
It could be seen that way, but I'm just thinking like a physical space that's already there, you know, not building it from the ground up.
So they got the money to do it. If we don't got the money to build it, I feel like buy it already built.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that's why I don't have that same. But you know what? I think you're like I said, it's a big bad bitch thing.
It is, and like, I'm not against buying your man big gifts. I don't feel like there should be a limit.
There's not a monetary gift of what I would give my nigga. To be honest, so I'm not mad
at all.
So that brings us to our topic of conversation. What do you bring to the table?
Honestly, I feel like I hate that fucking question.
Do you really?
I hate that question because anytime someone asks, "What do you bring to the table?" they're never asking it as like a sincere question. But they're asking us in like, what do you bring to the table? Like, what can you do for me type shit, you know? So I was like, I never hear it in like I feel like what value can you put, like, I never hear it in that kind of sense. It's always like, what can you do for me type shit. Never like what, you know? So, but is it even do you think that's even a valid question to ask?
I believe it's a valid question because I feel like sometimes you got to think about it. Sometimes the scope of your life that you are, like sometimes the lifestyle you live. Yeah. You need to know what someone brings to you because you're of a certain caliber. Like I'm saying, if you a regular person, like a regular nigga,
what's
regular
a regular
woman,
person?
Well, I'm just saying like, okay, if you're not exposed to a lot of humans, a lot of money, a lot of like everything, like if your life is not dependent on that, like us, I feel like that's a valid question for me to ask a man because I know what I'm going to bring to you in the future tense because I'm like, we're going to be a brand. We're going to be this. We're going to be that. So I want a partner that's not insecure. It's like, I want to know what kind of things you can bring to me that is still going to balance out our relationship, that I'm not the one that feels like I'm giving. Okay. So I feel like it's only for people that are more figureheads, like people that have access to a lot of money, because it's like, if you provide the money, like say someone says, I can take care of you. So what can you provide me? Yeah. It's like when a fucking sugar daddy. They were like, I'm going to give you all this money. What you going to do for me? So I don't think it's an invalid question to ask, but I feel like you said it doesn't come from a good place when people are asking.
I've never heard it asked sincerely. I don't know. Every time I've heard it asked.
Okay, so if someone wants to ask you, what do you bring to the table? How would you like them to ask you?
I don't know. I guess that the way I don't know. Because I feel like every time I hear the person ask that question, so I guess they can answer like, what value can you bring to my life? I feel like it's the way you word it, maybe. Yeah, because that just the way they say it, it's always said negatively. I've always assumed it's negative.
But I think if you change the idea that it's negative, then you would accept it for what it is, because you wouldn't just be with any old fucking person. You want to know what can you fucking do for me? Right. I feel like as women we do that without saying it. Men are more vocal about saying like, what can you do for me? And a woman's like, nigga, you gotta show me because I got this nigga that's gonna do this. I got this nigga to do this. Yeah. So just because we don't blatantly say it doesn't mean that we're not doing it.
But when you step to a woman, it's what can you do for this woman?
I mean, but don't you feel the same way about men? What can you do for him?
No, I don't feel the same way. Interesting. I don't feel that way because I feel like whenever it's like, I don't feel that way. Like when I'm talking to a guy, I'm not thinking like, okay, what can I buy him? What can I get him? What drink?
That's
does
so
he
crazy
want?
because I feel that way. I feel like what can we do for each other? I never think of what you can solely do for me. Because if
No,
someone
I'm talking about like when I step to a guy like at a club or something. Like I'm not thinking what can I do for him. But I feel like when guys come up to girls in the club, he's like, oh, what can I get? What drink do you want? What food do you want? You know what I'm saying? That's how I see it as.
Well, I'm talking about the context of like just outside of relationships, like every aspect of relationships, not just like we're saying friendships,
right?
Family, because you said we're gonna make it broader. We said we weren't just gonna talk about relationship wise. So I feel like it's a valid question to ask, but I think it's because the negative commentary behind it. People think that they shouldn't have to prove themselves to anyone.
Okay, so what do you feel like you bring to the table?
So I feel like I bring a lot of laughs. You gonna laugh over here. I know it's very, surface level. I think everything that I bring is outside of monetary things, even though I could do things for that. I bring a compassionate person. I believe I am very supportive. I am a cheerleader to your, movie. I'm your supporting cast. I feel like as a person in your life, I bring value because I make you feel seen. That's what I bring to the table. And that's the best thing you can do for someone. Like making someone understand that, you know what? We gonna thug this bitch out.
Right.
That's a good thing to bring to the table. I don't know. I'll sit at my fucking table with just me. That's all I'm saying. What do you feel you bring to the table?
I feel like I bring honesty. I feel like I'm that friend that's gonna tell you about yourself and tell you the truth. And there's not, I feel like with me there's no like wishy washy with me. Like there's no like, oh, I feel like one day like she's this way or she's this. Like I'm always gonna be myself no matter what, all the time. So I feel like I just bring the 100% raw truth. Honestly, I feel like I'm a real ass nigga to fuck about.
A bitch.
But what else do I feel like I bring? I feel like I'm also very understanding. I feel like I always tell, especially my niece, there's nothing in this world you can't tell me. Like, I don't judge harshly. I'm compassionate. Like there's a lot of good qualities that I don't show to the world about me. And it's like
you don't. She shows a very superficial, like, give me the money, eat my pussy, and go.
Right. And when people get to know me, I'm like, I'm like that, but like there's a lot of other layers to me. And I'm what does Shrek say? It's like an onion. They have layers. I'm an onion, y'all.
This accent that you're giving is not giving.
I can't do his accent, y'all. I'm the worst at accents. I can't do. I'm not. That was terrible. Thanks for letting me know. But yeah, so it's just once you peel the layers, you're gonna find I'm a huge fucking teddy bear, and I love everyone, and it's hate being vulnerable. Oh shit, because I'm realizing I'm a thug.
Girl,
so
go the hell away.
Anyway, let's go to the next topic.
So what would you like your partner or a friendship
No. Let's revert back because we want to talk about how sometimes there's one person giving more to a relationship, and do you feel like that's okay? Like, do you think a relationship is always 50-50, or there's going to be someone that's going to give more in that relationship?
I think 50-50 sounds great in theory, but I don't feel like it's realistic because sometimes it depends on the capacity of where they're at in their life. So to say that people are always giving 50-50, it sounds ridiculous.
Yeah, I agree because I sometimes, even with our relationship, sometimes it's not always 50-50. Sometimes you do more, sometimes I do more, and it feels like that's how it is going to be for every relationship. Like there's 50-50 is, I don't think it's possible. It's always like 100.
Not Sammy talking about us on camera. When I do it, you be like, I don't like people getting in our business. Look at you. It's growth. See? How you feel awkward?
I don't know. I don't feel awkward.
Why does it make you feel awkward,
I
though?
don't know. I feel awkward. I feel a little awkward. Okay. I don't know, bitch. Something wrong with me. Something is really wrong with me. So there's not always 50-50 in a relationship, and sometimes someone's going to do more, and I feel like it's okay. So back to what you're saying, sis.
So what would you like your friends, family, or partners to bring to your table?
I want y'all to bring the same energy I bring y'all. That's just match my energy. Like how I am as a friend, I want you to be like that as a friend. How I am as a partner in a relationship, I want you to be like that as a partner in a relationship. The good parts about me, not the bad parts about me. Don't do that to me. But yeah, that's it. I'm real simple.
I think for me, I feel like it's more important for someone in my life to bring to my table is to bring structure, discipline. No, I mean, really though.
I'm laughing because it's true.
I mean, because this is what I was talking to my therapist, and I said, I am the balloon. Like, you know, a balloon that's full of helium. If you let go of me, I'm going to go to the air. But I said, it takes a very special person to take that balloon and, like, you know, inhale the helium and then sing the Christmas song by the Chipmunk songs. Because I'm like, you turn everything that's crazy and chaotic in my life and make it make sense to what your understanding is. Okay. And that's what I need, someone that's at a table with me. Family, friends, anything. I need structure and discipline because as much as I want it, I lack it. And when I try to give myself that structure or discipline, I get really hard on myself and I get very anxious. I, like, carry a lot of anxiety. So when those are things that I can't, like, pinpoint why I can't do this, why can't I do this, it gets me. So if I have someone in my life that can ground me and still allow me to be who I am, that's my next thing. I said, you give me a safe space for all of me and my freedoms, because guess what, it's gonna get real ghetto over here, but just know that I love you and that we're gonna move towards something greater in life. I'm glad you're taking more than one glass. Welcome to the party, bitch.
Yeah, I was feeling real sober and I didn't like it. So I liked all that answers. I like your answer. And I like that you're going to therapy and that they're helping you realize everything you need to realize. That's a beautiful thing. You know, this is all the roads of being a bigger, better, badder bitch.
Hello.
Okay, and you are taking this journey with us.
Y'all are really taking the journey with me, because I was against going to therapy for so long. Because, you know, my biggest fear was I thought they were going to rip me to shreds. Because you know how you always see, like, people always have that oh my God moment at therapy. I think it's really just for TV.
Yeah,
it really is like the dramatics for TV. Like, have you ever seen This Is Us? Where
no, but I know it's really good. I know. I know it's good.
So we're gonna say, stop sitting at tables where people don't understand your value.
Yeah. That's a big thing. Even like business wise, friendship wise, and family wise. I think it's real healthy for us to understand our boundaries and to realize that if something does not serve you, it's okay to no longer be in a space that no longer serves you. And it doesn't make you selfish. It doesn't make you a bad person. I feel like a lot of times when people, you know, drop friendships or, you know, get a new manager or like get a, you know, because sometimes, or get a new lawyer, you know, sometimes you're elevating in life or you're elevating in whatever, and that sometimes people that were with you before are no longer serving you. And for you to get into a bigger space and a bigger, better, badder bitch element, you have to let go and, you know, stop sitting in places where people no longer serve you or appreciate your value.
Facts.
And it's a hard thing, but I think it's a great thing, and it's a lot of things. And I feel like every superstar has to do that. You know, Cardi dropped her manager, Meg dropped, you know, 1504, signed with Rockman. You know, whenever you elevate, you have to bring new people in the spaces with you, and you should not feel bad about it. Because what does that all lead to? What do they bring to the table?
Facts. You know? That's really what it boils down to. What do they bring you?
Table for Meg, for her to start, like they brought them to the table for her to go over there. So honestly, even though it's like a question to ask, but that's a real ass nigga question to ask. What do you bring to the table?
But you see, when it comes to business wise, you had no problem saying it, right? But when it came to interpersonal, you're like, why you asking what I bring to the table?
Yeah.
I'm shy. No.
Why is that?
I feel like it's the same. I feel like it's because your emotions are more tied to people that you are interpersonally connected to. Yeah. Business is strictly just business. Like,
to me, it
like
really
what can
is.
I know. Yeah. Trust me, I know. Okay? Shit. We're not gonna get into that.
For real, I'm sorry. When it comes to business, I don't care about your feelings.
And the thing is with me, I feel like I handle them all accordingly. I feel like business can be the same as, because it's still an interpersonal relationship that you're having with someone else. It's just they are probably providing a service that you're paying for, or they're giving you something that you weren't getting the other place. Because we switched to a different studio because of what they provide for us. Yeah, what they could do for us.
Right. What did y'all bring to the table?
Exactly, and
this is what they brought to the table.
But no, I also think that we have to take away the idea of stop saying that being selfish is selfish, because what is the problem with putting yourself first and putting things that you want and need at your table? If you know that, if I know I want a table with structure and you're not giving me no fucking structure, why the fuck would I sit there?
Yeah, but okay, so I feel like selfish is a fine line, because we're like, oh, that person's selfish. Because when does selfish become a good thing? And
selfish is always a good thing, in my opinion.
You don't think selfish can ever be a bad thing?
I think it thins the line of being bad is only bad because it's like dealing with other people. Like, I feel like if you put yourself first or knowing, like, hey, I want to put my best foot forward, then this is how I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
I don't feel like there's anything wrong with you trying to be presentable or being, not lackluster. But if it's affecting someone else.
That's just a fine line.
The fine line is when it's dealing with someone else.
Okay.
Like, because I feel like if I say I'm going to do this X amount of time and then not worry about what anybody else got to do, that's not really selfish. But when it's like interpersonally, like, well, I'm going to do this at the expense of me not doing this, me not doing that. That kind of seems like it's selfish.
And that's when it's a bad thing.
Yes.
Okay. Just an explanation.
So we're going to get into mutually beneficial relationships.
That's my biggest thing. I love me a good mutually beneficial relationship. That's why I love me a scammer nigga.
I knew
because I feel like that is a mutually beneficial relationship. You spend money on me, I shake my ass. You spend money on me, I shake my ass. You pay my rent,
did they ask for that? Did they ask for that?
Y'all, I'm kind of halfway kidding. It really don't go like that. But no, that is a mutual. Don't make that face. It really don't go like that. Do it go like that?
It go down in the DMs.
It really don't go like that. Okay. But anyways, I can't stand him. But let's get like for real. Mutually beneficial relationships is my thing. Mike's saying is if you cannot be used, you are useless. I don't see a bad thing about someone going to you because you are useful. I want to be useful to my relationship. Facts. I want my friends to be like, oh, I can go to Sammy because Sammy has this connection. She can help me get there. That's the kind of person I want to be to the people around me. Yeah. So I don't see that as mooching or being a roach. I mean, I'm not going to let, hold your hand and make sure you get through the shit done. Facts. But if I can, be a real nigga and help you get to somewhere you need to be, I'm going to do that. Facts. So I'm a big thing on being mutually beneficial. I love mutually beneficial relationships. Like, I feel like with the whole podcasting, we like to branch out and be on other people's podcasts because that's mutually beneficial for us too. So that's how I feel about the whole thing. And I'm really big on being blessings to your friends too. Yeah. Yeah. So how do you feel about
I think them? Mutually beneficial relationships are essential because no one ever wants to feel like they're doing more. Like you said, even though you said sometimes in relationships it's like, someone's doing more than the other. Yeah. If you always feel like something is one-sided where it's always give, and it's not being poured back into your cup, then that's a problem. Like, just like an example, like
say a seesaw.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like if you're always texting someone first, or if you're always the first one to call, it's like it's getting very one-sided. It's getting very what's called. So, I mean, that's might be a good example. But, I mean.
No, that is a good example because sometimes I'm looking back in some of my relationships and some guys might feel like that because I will never call a text first ever. Like back when I was younger. Now I do. But like when I was 20, 21, like I'll never call a text first. And they probably like, damn, that's really one-sided. Like I expect you to put like 100% of the energy while I put none. Like, no, that's not right.
Yeah, absolutely not. Yeah. So I feel like it is very good to have relationships like that because it makes you feel wanted. It makes you feel cared for. And on the pyramid of like, what is it called? The essential needs that every human needs, they need interpersonal relationships. So I feel like feeling cared for, loved, and appreciated are very high on that list. Okay. And self-actualization. So seeing those things from somebody else reciprocated, it's like, all right, you rock with me, nigga, or a little bit, son.
Right. And also, I feel like you should always surround yourself with like-minded individuals.
Absolutely.
That's a big thing. Surrounding yourself with people who think like you, want or move in the same places that you, or moving into a place that you want to eventually move into. Yeah. Being around those people are ways to, make mutually beneficial relationships.
And that's why I say networking is gold.
Networking is gold. Because
one thing about me, I'm about to make a friend wherever I fucking go. I can go somewhere by myself, and I'm gonna walk out with at least 3 numbers.
No, for real. Everywhere I go, I always try to mention my podcast. So
for sure.
Yeah. That's the number one thing. So, it wouldn't be us if we didn't do a little self-motherfucking help, So there are ways to bring shit to the table if you're looking to bring something to the motherfucking table.
Add a value.
Okay.
Respectfully. Because clearly the table was not okay with just saying, what do you bring? So how do you add value, my good sis?
How do you add value? You can add value to listening to your partner, whether it's your business partner, your life partner, whatever. Listening is very important. I feel like listening has also helped our relationship a lot. Now, listening to each other and what we need. So, yeah, number one thing. What about you?
So I think that being supportive is very important to being at a table, because sometimes there might be things that you're not rocking
Even
with.
if you don't feel like it's right for the person, you're still going to support
them.
them?
The thing is, I tell you, I give people the safe space to figure that shit out themselves.
Okay.
I'm going to give you my advice and like my 2 cents, but essentially I'm going to support what you do. Because you know how many times do you tell someone you're going to do something and they're not supportive? And how does that push you away from them?
Yeah, definitely.
Exactly. So I'd rather be supportive and understanding. I'm gonna say supportive and understanding, and like give you my 2 cents. I'm not gonna let you go into that bitch in the dark. But I was like, but I can only speak from my experiences, and you know as much from your experiences what's the best thing for you. So if you want to rock out on some shit, I'm like, bitch, we gonna see that shit through, my boy.
Okay, so what if I tell you I want to sell all my shit and move to India right now? You gonna support that?
I'm going to support the idea of moving. Not to India. I'm going to support the idea of moving.
So you don't be like, all right, fuck with everything we're doing now. Let's go. You can move.
Okay, this is the thing. Because this is making me think of what I wanted to do and you was not supportive of it at all. So I will be open to the idea, but I'm not going to cancel the conversation.
Okay.
Like, I'm going to be like, you want to move? Where do you want to move? Why do you see yourself moving there? I'm going to ask questions and probe and figure out why the even move was in so sudden. Okay. Like me, you never even try to figure out why my so sudden movement was. You were like, well, what about the podcast? What about this? And I'm like, girl, I was like, I don't know if it's something I really want or just something I'm talking about. And that's what I told you. Mm-hmm. And you still wasn't trying to hear that. You're just like, I don't know. I mean, I just don't think you can do it.
No. I was like, I'm not going to stop you from doing anything you want to do.
But you said you don't think I could do it, though. You definitely said that. You said, you don't think you could be a podcaster, this, and the third. And I said, you're right. I said, I might can, but I could try.
Yeah.
So, like I said, it's very important for you to add value by being supportive.
I got it.
So,
my thing is finding out what your partner needs and providing it.
Okay.
That's a way to add value. You know, bring something to the motherfucking table.
Okay. So the next thing I say is love unconditionally. We always love with conditions. We love someone as they can do something for us. You got to love people in spite of their flaws. Because as a person who is quite flawed, but I'm still, that bitch. I still, want people to love me and, rock out with me. And that goes with being supportive. Like, if you love me unconditionally, you're going to support what the fuck I got to do, regardless of X, Y, and Z. Do you have another one?
No, that was my thing. It's funny how you said that because my last one was accepting them for who they are. And I'm, you should accept people for who they are, but how much acceptance can you take? Because, like, how much can you accept from a person?
I feel like you can accept someone and not have to deal with them, but I'm just saying, like, in the scope of you as a person, you know how much you could put up with.
Yeah.
Because you've had multiple relationships that led up to where you're at now. Mm-hmm. So I think it goes a fine line between the communication. It goes with everything else that they bring to value to yourself.
Yeah.
Because if they don't add that much value to you and that's someone you can't accept, you're like, I can cut my losses. Yeah. But if there's so many positives to that negative, I feel like as humans, we always focus on the negatives more than we do the positives.
Yeah, that's a very true thing. We do.
Yeah.
That's why we like drama. We like mess. We like anything.
Shit, that's why we love the shade room.
The shade room.
It's like
we can't access because there ain't no Instagram,
Instagram been down, y'all.
Girl, that's why Twitter will always be superior.
I'm crying. Back to what we were saying. But yeah, like, you only put up with what you feel like, what you feel like your worth is. If you feel like you are worth more than this, you won't put up with things that you know are no longer serving you. So if the table you were sitting at was great at once, and now it's not giving you what it needs to give you, you know that the worth that you're bringing to that table is way more than everyone that's sitting there.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, as we grow in relationships, you see what you're worthy of, and you're like, because there'll be times where you'll get into with your friends, and you're like, I'm not gonna put up with this. I'm like, but that's your friend from X, da-da-da-da. I'm like, just give them some grace. And they're like, you know what? Positive do outweigh the negative. Because the negatives be one situation that in your mind, just like,
yeah.
But once you sit down, you're like, you know what? Let's rock this fucking out. Mm-hmm. So that's really what it is.
Yeah, that's it's. I feel like it's just always a fine line with that because, like, it's just how much do you accept and when do you start accepting so much where it becomes a bad thing? Because I feel like a lot of times as adults, when we grow up, we start saying, that's just how I am. That's just how I am. And I'm like, when is it going to be that's just how I am? Or realizing, hey, this is a bad flaw and you should change it. And I'd be like, that's just how I am.
But I'm saying that's what you're saying right there. That's the fine line. If someone sees that it's an issue and they don't take any accountability, that's one thing.
Okay.
If people don't take accountability for the actions, they can never change. Mm-hmm. So once they take accountability and then they say, hey, what can I do to make it better? Mm-hmm. It's if they, on their part, do the things that are bothering you to fix it, I feel like that's the only place that the middle ground is. The middle ground can never be, well, they keep doing this. But it's like, can you really put a time frame on someone's healing process? Can you put someone's time frame on when someone understands something like you understand it? Because you probably get something faster than I get something. That's just us. I'm gonna say you can get something on the first try. Remember when we were doing that one fucking dance and my coordination in my mind was not getting there and I was getting frustrated and you literally was like, I got it the first time. Remember?
Yeah.
Just think about it in people's life.
Yeah.
They don't get shit as fast as you get it because you get it like that.
And that's my thing is I feel like everyone should just get it as fast as I can.
And we don't, bitch.
And we don't. And I have to learn to give people grace. That's my thing.
Be patient. I think it's because you feel like since you're such a patient friend that when you're not patient, you're like, bitch, I've been patient.
Yeah.
I've been patient.
Yeah.
No more. No. Practice that still patience when you be like, no, bitch. Practice the same amount of patience.
Like, I've been patient, but that's like, I'm tired of being patient.
Bitch, we learning.
At this point, let's get some motherfucking questions. All right, you go first.
What is the table that you will not sit at?
Any broke assness.
I fucking hate you.
I cannot stand any broke assness shit. And when I say that, I'm not talking about people who are poor because of their circumstances and they are struggling and working 2 jobs to feed their families. You are not who I'm talking about. I'm talking about the people who don't even want to get a job, want to scam niggas, sell weed, do that type of shit.
Why does scamming if you marry a scammer, it would not surprise me if he's a Nigerian scammer. Because at this point, I feel like we be talking about regular life situations and a scammer always comes up with you.
Because that is part of my regular life. Girl, you're a part of it. You know they are part of my regular life.
Lo siento.
So I can't stand no broke assness shit. Like, I can't sit at no table around that.
Yeah, I think that I couldn't sit at a table that has any jealousy, any gossip, like anything that's stopping me from vibrating higher. Because I know as we get bigger or as we elevate as humans, we live in a crab in a barrel type society. And I don't want someone to feel like just because I'm here now that I wasn't where you was at. So I don't want you to feel like you need to cling on to what I got for no. So I won't sit at a table where I feel like any type of gives me. If you give me any of those vibes, you probably gonna be cut off and not even know it. Because I'm telling you, some people's fucking time in my life is very limited. They don't even know it yet. I'm being dead ass. Because I'm getting them vibes and I'm like, I gotta find mine.
All right. Do you believe in 50-50 in all relationships?
Well, we already discussed that earlier.
I know. That was one of my questions.
I know. Okay, I do not. Well, like we said, I do not believe in it in all relationships because sometimes people need you more than they need. Like and sometimes that little bit that you give them makes them more confident in themselves to give themselves more to you.
Yeah.
So, have you ever seen that movie? I think it's like Perks of Being a Wallflower. They said a quote in the movie that said, "We only accept the love we think we deserve."
I know that quote. That is Aubrey Hepburn.
Well, yeah, they said it in the movie, and that's true. People that feel like they're not worthy of your love will constantly fuck it off. People that know that they're worthy of your love will always show up for you and be like, you know what, bitch, I need you in my life. So. That's what it is.
Yes, that's very true. And a little fun fact about me, I used to be obsessed with Audrey Hepburn. My Fair Lady was one of my favorite movies.
Never seen it.
So good. So my question is, do you hate when a job asks you, what can you bring to the table? You know, when you're in a job interview and they're like, what can you do for us?
I think I only hate it when it comes for a job because, nigga, y'all need me too. Like, you can see through my personality. You can see that I'm eager to be here. I'm determined to fucking be here. Like, give me the fucking job. And you can see what I can fucking do. I don't feel like, because I think it's also like, I don't know what are my qualities people are looking for.
Yeah.
So it's like, I feel you can see that from, you know, situations. You can't say, oh, I'm a reliable person. I'm dependent. How do you tell that? By just sitting in front of somebody telling them that?
Yeah, because half the time I'm lying.
Facts. So I'm like, I don't like that question when it comes to job-wise, because I'm like, I could be really bullshitting you just to get this fucking job.
Right. And honestly, why do I have to bring value to your company?
Isn't your company the shit without me?
Well, what value is your company bringing to me? Like, that's just how I see it. Like, why is it my job to bring value? Because whatever I'm bringing to your company, like, you know how sometimes you make millions and millions of dollars for
and then
a
they still fire your ass.
No, not just that, but you see like this much of it. Like, we don't work in corporate America, but I'm aware that some people work millions and millions of dollars for the company and they don't make shit. And then it's the CEO who's getting all the money. So no, what value can you bring to me? Like at this point, what the millions and millions of dollars I'm making your company, I want that shit. Period.
So my question is, what would you rather sit at? A table that has more or less? Like, because sometimes there are people that low-key are better than you, and that's okay.
Yeah.
So would you rather sit at a table that people are doing way better than you, people that are doing like
100% people are doing way better than me? Like, what?
Really?
That makes no sense. Why would I want to be at a table where people are doing? How do I grow as a person when I'm only surrounded by people who are not doing better than me?
That's true.
Yeah, like that's.
But then also,
growth.
when I'm saying when you're around people that are constantly doing better than you, what if they're not the ones? Okay, let me change this question.
Okay.
If you are at a table with people that are doing more than you, but they're not helping you, and you're or sit at a table with people that are doing less, but they are doing everything they can to make sure you do better.
Oh, then the other table. Of course.
I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
I was like, because usually people think that just because you're sitting at a table with people who are more means they're helping you.
Yeah, we talk about it all the time. People who have like a lot of followers.
I'm saying they literally are the least supportive people of anyone else that are small creators or anything.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. I try to get that concept.
Regular people, the people who
that are like are really not even under you, but maybe like at the same level as you, or like wanting to do something like you are doing.
Right.
That will help
and your friends and your families, they're like all of them. So no, I'd rather be at the other table because even like Jeff said, I feel like that's why Jeff is so like kind to everyone, because he's like, make sure every little person feels supported because they're the ones who really gonna support you.
Facts.
And I remember that. He said that to us like 2 years ago. I like to remember that because that is true. Make sure you are kind to every single person because they're the ones who are going to support you. These big names are not going to support you until
they see the numbers, until they see the following, until they see the interaction.
So be kind to everyone because you never know who someone's going to be. And that's how we're going to end the motherfucking show on that note.
Period.
All right.
So while you're at it, please. Oh, thank y'all for following us on this journey. Like, I feel like it was great.
It was a great journey.
I'm going to say.
I thought it was therapeutic for us.
It was very therapeutic for us because, I just want to give you a hug right now. So, I love you.
I love you.
Okay. So, thank you for following us on this journey of, like, what value you bring to someone else's life, because that's very important. And while you're at it, also on all social media platforms at the Rose and Spill, except Twitter, which is Sip and Spill 1, and leave 5-star rating because you're 5 stars.
Sipping and spilling the tea. Sipping and spilling it. I sip wine, kick my feet up when I get tired. And as I recline, take another sip, let my thoughts unwind. Sipping and spilling it. Sipping and spilling the tea. Sipping and spilling it.